The orbit of Threxus 9 had been quiet for centuries, until the Terran vessel Valor emerged from the void. To the Threxian High Command, the humans were a primitive species with laughably short lifespans and too much emotion. Their refusal to surrender during the galactic culling had been seen not as bravery, but as biological stupidity. When their colonies were wiped from the outer rim, the Council assumed Earth would fall next. But Earth didn't fall. It went silent. Now, a single human ship had reappeared on the edge of Council space. Just one. No fleet, no transmissions, no demands. Only the quiet hum of an old Earth warship entering Threxian orbit. The Valor was outdated, slow, and bristling with weaponry far inferior to the Threxian standard. It should have been no threat. Threxus 9's defense grid activated lazily. They were confident, arrogant. Why wouldn't they be? The Threxians had crushed dozens of advanced species over the centuries. One human ship was nothing more than a curiosity. Admiral Koriv, a veteran of 4 extermination campaigns, watched the monitors with mild interest. "What are they doing?" he muttered. The ship didn't respond to hails. It didn't change course. It simply drifted, dead center into orbit, as though it didn't care it was surrounded by a planetary fleet. When the scan teams tried to penetrate its hull, they failed. Not because the technology was advanced, but because the ship was coded in something they hadn't seen before. Then came the broadcast. Not a message, not a demand. A scream, pierced every comm channel, encrypted or not. Every Threxian on the surface and in orbit heard it. It was raw human agony, echoing through the void, laced with something else. Rage. Koriv's eyes widened. Cut the feed. The technicians tried. They failed. The scream continued. It wasn't a recording. It was live. And then the Valor moved. TS engines roared to life. Not the slow, sputtering burn of older human tech, but something different. It twisted in ways no Threxian ship could, shedding its ancient shell to reveal a form wrapped in alloys never before encountered. From the human vessel came no fighters, no drones. Just one pod. It detached, burned through atmosphere, and crashed into the capital city like a meteor. Troops swarmed the crater. What emerged wasn't a bomb. It was a man, tall, scarred, wrapped in armor that pulsed with old Earth colors. Red, white, and a deep black scorched from too many battles. His name was Captain Darius Holt, last survivor of Earth's Omega Division. He didn't come to negotiate. He came for vengeance. The Threxians didn't know about the deep siege. How Earth had been invaded by silent spores, not ships. How the cities fell not from bombardment, but from internal rot. How the humans had been turned against each other, family against family, in the name of galactic purity. They didn't know what Earth had become to fight it off. They didn't know what Darius Holt had seen. They would now. The fighting lasted hours. A single man, surrounded by fire and ghosts, tore through a world of conquerors. He brought tech Earth had stolen, twisted, and improved in their silence. Energy blades that carved through tanks. Drones launched from his back that fed on enemy signals and turned them inside out. Armor that grew thicker the more pain he endured. The Threxian broadcast network tried to cover it up. But that scream never stopped. It became the background to every moment of the assault. Not from Darius, but from those he had lost. Their memories, their pain, embedded in the ship's AI, replayed through the void, declaring that humanity hadn't died. It had been reborn in fire. When Threxus 9 burned, the Galactic Council finally realized. They hadn't wiped out Earth. They had made it angry. By the time reinforcements arrived, the Valor was gone. Only debris remained, scattered like ashes across orbit. The last message intercepted from the Threxian flagship before it fell was short. One human ship showed up, and the last transmission was a scream.